Hello and welcome to yet another video on Spec signals presented by your mentor Vivek. Last episode we found that agents cannot yet review a specification for you. This one asks the next question. When an agent reviews your code and leaves comments on the pull request, what do developers actually do with those comments? Somebody counted 31,000 of them. 36.4% were accepted, 7.3% started a discussion, and 56.3% were rejected outright. More than half of the machine's review comments went straight in the bin. The study first and then two things it does not tell you, because both matter before you use that number anywhere. The paper is Agentic Code Review Helpful by Lin, Liang, Thongtanunam, and Tantithamthavon from July this year. 31,073 pairs of review, comment, and developer response, drawn from 10,191 pull requests across 239 repositories. That is a serious sample of real behavior, not a lab study. Two bounds. First, this is one tool, CodeRabbit, used as a case study. It is not a measurement of AI code review in general. And anybody who quotes 56% as though it describes every tool is overreading it. Second, and I want to be clear that this caution is mine rather than the paper's, a rejected comment is a developer behavior, not a verdict. Developers reject correct comments too, when they are busy or attached to their code. Keep both of those in hand. So why were they rejected? The authors sorted the reasons, and the list splits into two very different groups. The first group is invalid suggestions, false positives, flagging something that is not a problem, redundant comments, telling you what you or another tool already said, and out of scope, commenting on code the pull request did not touch. Those are model and product problems. They get better with sharper filtering and better ranking, and they will get better. The second group is different, and it is the reason this is a Spec Signals episode. Misalignment with developer intent and misalignment with the team's coding practices. Read that carefully. The comment was not necessarily wrong in the abstract. It was wrong for this change or wrong for this code base, and that does not get fixed by a smarter model, because nobody ever told the model what the intent was or what this team's conventions are. And then there is a second finding that I think is the most useful line in the whole paper. Agentic reviews tend to focus more on functional concerns. Does this work? Is this correct? Is this a bug? Than on what the authors call evolvability, maintainability, structure, how this code is going to age. So the machine is weighted toward the first kind of comment. And here's the sting. Those functional comments were also more likely to be invalid. So the category it talks about most is the category it is least reliable in, which is close to the worst possible arrangement, because a confident, specific wrong bug report is exactly the kind of comment that costs a reviewer the most time to dismiss. One genuinely hopeful note to balance that. The authors tried predicting which comments would be rejected, and lightweight learning-based methods reached up to 76% F1, which means the difference between a useful comment and a rejected one is not random. It is a learnable pattern. That is an encouraging result for anyone building these tools. So what do you do with this? Split the 56% in your head. The invalid half is the vendor's problem. You wait for it to improve. But the misalignment half is yours, and it is fixable this week. Put the intent of the change in the pull request description in words before the agent reads it, and put the team's conventions in the file the agent actually reads. You cannot patch the model. You can remove its excuse for guessing and the caution, because I do not want anyone taking the wrong lesson. Do not switch the thing off over a 56% rejection rate. Roughly 4 comments in 10 were accepted, and a reviewer that never gets tired and never skips a file has genuine value. Just place it correctly. It is a first pass, not a gate. So here is the signal. The agent is loudest in exactly the category where it is least reliable, and a large slice of what remains is it guessing at intent that nobody ever wrote down. Write the intent down, keep the human gate at the end, and let the machine do the tireless first pass, which is the thing it is actually good at. If you found this useful, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for patient listening, and see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.